What's up, hair Maiden India family, coming to y'all from Bali, Indonesia. So yeah, I said something about this a few days ago on one of my posts, and some people get it, some people don't. My family, for one, doesn't get it. My dad's always been like, work hard, stay at home, 15 hours a day, study, no friends, no social life, and he didn't want anything bad for me. He just wanted us to do amazing, and that was his perspective, and that's how he made it. That's how they made it back in the day. A lot of those lessons from back in the day are very valid, very true, very helpful. But these days, there's so many different ways for us to carve out our own life as entrepreneurs, as business people, and do how we want to do it, especially when you're working with a product such as hair extensions. Hair extensions does have a bad rep. People hate hair vendors sometimes. At trade shows, I get all kind of, shit talked about, stuff about, especially being a man and an Indian man in the hair extension industry. But so what? Who cares? People have something to say about everything. So one of the biggest misconceptions to being a hair vendor is people think that you can just go buy vendors, throw a website up and start doing business. Which, when you talk about it really simply, that's almost basically all it is, on a really, really big scale, looking at it, from the outside in. However, you can ask many people and you can see for yourself why so many businesses failed, that a lot of those people got those hair vendors, got those people, and didn't do the research, didn't, take the time to figure out who they were dealing with, who they're doing business with, how they operate their factory, what their capacities are. They took everything at face value, and a lot of you girls send around the same 20 questions. I get it, at least twice a day. It's almost like somebody gave you all a list to just go ask everybody. And you gotta understand, like, when you have a put together list like that, cookie cutter, and you're sending it to everybody, everyone already has answers prepared for you, cookie cutter, and sent back to you. Which is, as soon as I get those messages, I'll kind of hit someone back and I'm like, hey, I've seen these questions before. I'd love to get you on the phone so we can go ahead and discuss all this in person. Because a lot of these questions y'all ask, there's a lot more to it than a simple answer. Discussion needs to be had. You need to understand what's going on, so when it comes to larger inventory orders or coming to scale your business, you know what's going on. Unless you're not really looking to scale, unless you're looking to throw a website up and do a couple sales a month and not put time into it, and just operate business like that, which is a totally viable option. You do not have to make this a full-time thing. Hair is one of those things where you can definitely just every once in a while pull some funds from it, pull some profit out of it. Call a friend, call me, put the connection together. A lot of my homies still do that to this day, and they're very happy with it because they're pursuing their passions and other things in life. So yeah, the biggest thing that, like I said, is it's in any business, guys. And when it comes to hair, people think they know hair. They've been around for so long. So many girls tell me, I've been doing hair for 20 years. I know how to do hair. I know my hair. It's like, cool. Have you ever been to the source? Have you ever seen what happens when this hair comes off the head over there? Or are you just trusting everybody or trusting the videos you did see? No, you haven't. 9 times out of 10. And I'll take it a step further. For the people that do go out of the country and do go find out what happens, props to you. My only piece of advice is be very careful at following, once again, these cookie cutter girls that live in America that don't know shit about India, or traveling for that matter, especially out of the country. Taking you over there to a foreign land, they don't speak the language, they don't know the culture, the customs, they don't know the small ins and outs of the laws, of the people, of even how to find the certain temples and other factories that aren't just mainstream India. Because mainstream India now understands that hair is a big thing. There's vendors popping up in every single village, and they don't have factories. They have a factory a couple miles away where they source in the middlemen, right? That's never a viable long-term option. As soon as your business is ready to scale or grow, they're gonna be out the door. And yeah, sure, it's a good place to start sometimes. But no matter how great that hair is, those people in the middle, they can never keep that up. And same goes for the huge companies. They can't keep that up either. Simply because when they're having that much demand, they want to meet the supply, they don't want to lose the money, they're going to cut corners, they're going to mix hair, they're going to get the hair out, even if they don't have it. Because why? Y'all ask for it, and y'all scream for it, like, hurry up. They got to get it out to you. That's why, one of the things in my company, especially for my South Indian temple hair and our high quality hair, I let people know, this will run out of stock. This raw curly, there are not 1 trillion girls with this type of hair, but there's at least 50, 100 million if you guys buying it and wanting it every day. So you got to really slow down and think of it. I tell people this a lot, and sometimes people don't like to hear it because it goes against everything they've learned. Use your common sense. There's a finite number of women in the world. This hair is a human product. Unless you are looking for or using, synthetic or mixed products, there's going to be a time when the supply gets short or runs out. 300,000 some people visit the temple each year as well. However, all that hair is not, able to be used. When we take the hair from the temples in auction amounts, we have to waste 30 to 40% of it at once. Why? Because it's not good hair, because the hair got mixed up, because the genetics might be wrong with the hair. You can tell something's wrong with it, or extra lice, anything like that. That on top of that, at the temples, what they're doing is they're adding extra weight to the bags, almost like cutting the bag and putting sand in and stuff like that and shaking it up. So when we buy 100 kgs, it really turns out to be 90. Then we waste half the 90 as well. So you can see as a manufacturer, a lot of problems on this side as well. And all those little things, including the wefting and the handiwork, keeping the cuticles intact, goes into making a good bundle. So other companies might not say it. I mean, I have to be real, like there will be issues with hair. I have had issues. You can look at my reviews. Most of them are amazing. And there are some issues and we deal with them. That's what business is about. If something pops up, if something's wrong, if your client's not happy, you deal with it. You handle it, you face it head on, and you make it right for that person every single time. So yeah, if you're doing that in business, honestly, if you're doing that, you don't have to have good hair. You can have trash hair. You can start with nothing. Start tomorrow with nothing. And be honest, be real, and put your full self out there. Just be transparent. You'll do just fine, I promise. But you might need to find a good hair vendor afterwards, like me, after you get the honesty part established. Seriously though, obviously quality is very, very important with hair. And that is not something that anybody can do sitting in America. You have to be active. You have to be moving back and forth. You have to be active on the phones with their vendors. You have to be, FaceTiming them, getting pictures, knowing what's going on, and then taking the time to go over there, letting them know you're serious, letting them know that, hey, I'm here to shake your hand. This is business. Let's make sure it runs properly. And once you get all those together, it runs nice and easy for many of the companies out there. And then once you get to that level, you'll always see there's going to be another issue. There's going to be another thing come up. Just deal with it. And if it's tough to deal with, call me. I'm dead serious. Call me. You can call. Girls call me and cry to me sometimes. And we go back and forth man, I've been through the same exact things. Literally, almost anything you can think of to go through in the hair business, I've been through. Not only just the business, my background personally, coming from getting sent around, prison, felonies, this and that, crazy lifestyles, being in the streets, all that, to getting away from everything and understanding what I need to do to get business focused and right. It's a process, it's a journey. I don't feel bad about any of it. It's everything that I did back then led up to where I am now, led up to the point where I can actually change people's lives and help women and men start their companies and their businesses. And a lot of times people don't even use me as a vendor. They just want to use me and call me and talk to me, and that's cool. I learn from that. I actually grow from that as well. So I encourage all you guys, if you want to talk, chat, just give me a call. If I'm not available at the time, usually if you just leave a message or a text, I'll call right back. So anyway, the reason I do stuff like this, man, is because it honestly helps me touch base, reground myself, chill out, remember that nature and beauty and stuff and traveling is all stuff that I love to do, and the reason I started going into business for myself. So that being said, I encourage all my clients, all my business owners especially, work your ass off, give yourself to your clients 100%, but also pay attention to yourself. Make sure you take the time to chill out, to come be with nature, come see and do beautiful things. And what I'm doing, guys, right now, this isn't expensive. My flight was around $700. I booked it a little bit late as well. Could have got it for a couple $100 cheaper. This resort I'm at right now, I just had food here. I think it was like $180,000 for my food, which is $180,000 divided by 13,000. It's not much, like $10, $15, something like that. And I got to come hang out in the pool for free and watch a wedding at the same time as well. And that being said, also when I travel, and what's the beautiful thing about hair extensions is there's always someone and something you can do to further your business, your knowledge, or just to, explore a little bit in the industry. So today, after I leave Uluwatu, where I am now, I am heading to Denpasar, shortly in about a couple hours actually, to meet up with an Indonesian hair vendor that does wholesale extensions and also has a salon out here. So kind of doing the same thing I'm doing in Indonesia, Bali, in Los Angeles. So yeah, guys, check out the view and come join me to meet the Indonesian hair vendor. Peace, guys.